Hello. Welcome to the 23rd part of the I'll be taking a break for personal reasons. At the beginning of this part we see that Yu Ilshin says, and so, the ending I chose is one's downfall, a cool and refreshing fall from grace. God of Battle is surprised and thinks, he's strong enough that I can't move my body? Does he truly wield the powers of the God of Creation? Yu Ilshin writes that the God of Battle, who arrogantly believed that he would prevail no matter the circumstance, succumbed to a false reality and fell asleep with the destruction of that world. The God of Battle gets scared and says, "No. What kind of nonsense is this?" World starts to crumble. A really big explosion happens. System says, the winner of the Festival of the Gods is Yu Ilshin. The divine powers of Soundless Nightmare and Tears of Bountiful Abundance have been restored. Congratulations, you have reached top-class god level by absorbing the God of Combat's divine power. Yu Ilshin thinks, finally with these powers, I just might be able to win against the Nether Dragon and the God of Destruction. His creation clone says, no, it is far from enough. Defeating the Nether Dragon right now is a pipe dream. Even top-class gods feat the Nether Dragon. Hurry to Nightmare and Abundance. The temple will fall soon. Yu Ilshin says, right. Skillshare, Choibongsik, Teleport. Yu Ilshin get to them. Bountiful Abundance says, you made it back, Yu Ilshin. He tells them, I told you I would save you too. She says, truly, you are our. Nightmare says, babe? Yu Ilshin says, Nightmare, you're awake. Suddenly a system window appears which says, Blind God's Eye is scanning through the history of Soundless Nightmare. An age of chaps descended upon a world that had yet to settle down and take shape. Countless seeds and origins of gods were born from the tree of life, planted by the God of Creation. The goddess of beauty and the goddess of abundance were one of the gods born from this tree. We, the bountiful abundance and Nightmare, both are sleeping together. Nightmare wakes up and says, I, goddess of beauty, am here. A female god appears in front of her. Nightmare asks, who are you? Female god says, you are a failure. So die. God of Creation appear there and says, no, goddess of destruction. That child is not a failure. That child is the goddess of beauty. She will make our world beautiful. The tree of life was managed by both the God of Creation and the goddess of destruction. The progenitor god was at first a singular form, but split into two for the sake of efficiency and progress. The God of Creation imbues his creations with life using the energy of chaos, whereas the God of Destruction eliminates and returns those who break the balance of the world to whence they came. God of Creation says that he only has one wish. It's to make this world full of life instead of all this void and chaos. At first, things went smoothly, but the God of Creation suddenly passed away and was unable to fully carry out his wish. The goddess of destruction considered everything a failure and became a monster that destroyed worlds. The goddess of beauty, who had admired the God of Creation, was corrupted and became the goddess of nightmares. This was so that she could search for the God of Creation, who had so suddenly died. She says, Father will be revived somewhere. I'm sure of it. The goddess of beauty chose the path of evil to gain enough strength to be capable of searching for the God of Creation. After an eternity, she finally managed to find him. He looked different, but the divine power surrounding him was definitely that of the God of Creation. Yu Ilshin thinks, so, I'm the reincarnation of the God of Creation? Is that why Sashin and Samshin were my clones, yet able to utilize the power of the God of Creations and the Goddess of Destruction? He thinks of Ilho being the same height as him, so that was referring to the God of Creation. Why is the world getting so blurry all of a sudden? My body feels weak. Oh no. Yu Ilshin falls. Nightmare grabs him and says, honey, it yet seems that you are able to use the divine power of T5 HD God of Creation with ease. Let's go home now. After that we see at Yu Ilshin's apartment. Yu Ilshin is sleeping on the bed. He wakes up. Miri was waiting for him to wake by his side. She asks, are you awake? Xianjian and Miri? How long was I asleep for? She replies 3 days. He says that long. I assume the nightmare brought me here. The creation of a false reality uses immense power even after becoming a top-class god. Bountiful Abundance says, that the enemies you will face from now on are incomparably stronger than the god of combat, hence advises that it should only be used as a last resort. I couldn't agree more. It'd be the end of both me and Earth if I lost consciousness during battle. Mina appears there and says, "You're finally awake. I made food. Let's eat." Yu Ilshin is surprised and asks, "You made food?" "Don't be mistaken. I just made it because I was hungry, but there's too much food. So you need to finish it off." Yu Ilshin thinks, "I knew it." Everyone sits to eat. Xianjian says, "Whoa, this looks good." Mina says, "I don't cook often, but I'm good at it when I do." She starts to eat and says, "Thank you for the food." They don't like the food at all. Mina asks, "What is it?" Xianjian replies, "This is terrible." Mina says, "That's strange. That can't be." She tries the food, and she also don't like the food. Yu Ilshin thinks, "I'll go get some fresh air." After that, we see that Yu Ilshin is sitting on a bench in a park by the apartment. He is working on his story and thinks life hasn't been this peaceful in a while. I've never dreamed of getting first place, yet here I am, getting works published and hosting a fan meeting. I should start preparing the files for the director. A woman comes near him and says, "Hello?" He replies, "Hello." She shows him her mobile and asks, "You're Yu Ilshin, right? I've been enjoying your novel. I'm a big fan." Yu Ilshin says, "Thank you." She is Nether Dragon and she asks, "Then, could I get a signature?" Yu Ilshin says, "Of course, I'll sign it." Nether Dragon says, "Could I ask you a few questions if you don't mind? I'm your true fan." "Of course. You can ask me anything." She asks, "You know how the protagonist earns god coins by killing bugs in the beginning?" Yu Ilshin replies, "Yes." Yu Ilshin thinks, "I didn't know that those bugs were really alive at that point either. I thought it was just a simple game." The comments were really dramatic then. Saying they feel bad for the bugs, it's too cruel. But then the protagonist saves the holy maiden bug. After that, he starts helping out the ants. I wanted to know why that was. "Could you tell me?" Yu Ilshin starts to laugh. She asks, "Is my question funny to you?" Yu Ilshin replies, "Yeah, it is." Yu Ilshin says, "Why don't you quit the act? You're really bad at it. I'm a top-class god, so it's not hard to tell that you're the Nether Dragon." System says, "Nether, remark, can transform into a dragon. Likes the Joker mask." Yu Ilshin uses a really powerful attack and says, "I knew that wouldn't do anything." Nether Dragon says, "You have gotten much stronger than I anticipated. But that's just for now. It'll be all over once this child is born. Until then, I will leave you and this earth alone. You think you can run away from me?" See. He has the whole planet Earth in the palm of his hand. Yu Ilshin searching, "Where are you? Where did you run to, Nether?" Yu Ilshin says, "Damn it. I can't find here anywhere." Then, he says, Yu Ilshin said, "Protect Earth from the Nether and the god of destruction." He thinks, an intermediate-class god that dominates the planet. A high-class god that dominates multiple worlds. A top-class god that transcends them all. Once you become a top-class god, you obtain a skill that allows you to protect your world. This way, the fragments of the god of destruction won't be able to do anything to Earth. It will also trap the Nether Dragon on Earth. Bountiful Abundance says that you have become a great god and is proud of you. Soundless Nightmare says that you should not let your guard down and that you should find the Nether before she gives birth. She adds that that child will summon the fragments of the god of destruction to Earth. Yu Ilshin says, "I know. That's why I used my skill. And Nether will definitely show herself first." Nether's husband says it smells so good. She says, "You're home? Thank you for your hard work today too." Her husband says, "Of course. Is our little baby doing well?" She says, "Of course." The baby missed Papa's voice. "Go wash up. I wanted to tell you something." He says, "All right." After that, they sit on the table to eat and asks, "What did you want to tell me?" She says, "Well, since the child will be born soon, I'm going to stop playing house." He asks, "Playing house? What do you mean, honey?" She turns into the dragon. He gets really scared and says, "What are you? Where's my wife?" She replies, "Your wife? Don't worry. I'll let you meet her right now." She kills him. She says, "I thought I'd be able to relate with you Ilshin if I created something. But I don't get it." "Well, I don't think he would like what I made anyway. Shall we get going now, my baby? To the end of this world. You're finally on the move, Nether. Nether turns into a dragon and starts to destroy stuff around. Announcer says, Dung break. Above triple S rank. Dungeon boss is presumed to be the Nether dragon. Citizens start to run and say, the Nether dragon's here. When are the hunters gonna get here? Ilshin gets there and says, God's crushing forefinger. Nether says, Ilshin. Long time no see, Nether. I won't let you escape this time. Ilshin is fighting against the Nether. Citizen says, wait, isn't that? It's Ilshin, the God-class hunter. I'll take care of things here. You all get away. Nether says, there's no point in running. Earth is going to die soon. Ilshin says, you don't know that yet. The multiplying thumb of God. Handsome clone and destruction clone appear. Clone says, the Nether dragon. Destruction. Even if you have clones, I can just kill you all together. Sashin. Keep him in place. Sashin says, all right. Nether says, this is. Sashin says, I can't hold him for long. I'm not specialized for combat. Hurry, Ilshin. Ilshin goes toward the Nether dragon and says, hold on just a bit longer. Ishin. Samshin. Let's do this. Destruction. His clone uses destruction. Nether gets hit by a really powerful attack. Nether says, you bastards. Ilshin and his clone attack the Nether together. They both say, not yet. Ilshin and his clone attack the Nether with a powerful attack. Nether starts to heal. Ilshin thinks, damn it, he regenerates too fast. Nether says, this much is nothing. Nether's tail turns into a hammer. Nether attacked the destruction clone. Ilshin says, he was trying to kill Samshin first because he's capable of long-range attacks. He says, it's dangerous. Ilshin says, let's heal up first. Ilshin uses God's healing ring finger. Handsome clone says, thanks original. So, do you have a plan to take down that thing? Ilshin says, well, it might be a bit stupid, but since it keeps regenerating, we'll just have to attack it faster than it can regenerate. Handsome clone says, that's the kind of plan I'd expect you to come up with. A plan that's hard on the body. Are you ready? Ilshin says, I'm always ready. Nether says, what are you little bugs yapping about? Ilshin says, keep attacking. Clone replies, I know. They both keep cutting Nether dragons. Ilshin says, now, Samshin. Shamshin uses a really powerful destruction attack. That bastard was still alive? She uses a really powerful. Ilshin says, let's end this, Nether. Nether says, end? You think that has enough to end this fight? Ilshin says, wait. Nether uses a really powerful attack. Ilshin grabs the destruction. Are you all right? Handsome clone says, well, we're not dead. So yeah. Destruction says, he says, what? Nether dragon takes human form. It's been a while since I've taken this form. Nether attacks handsome clones really fast. She says, have some fun, shall we? The 23rd part of the I'll be taking a break for personal reasons ends here. If you want to see more, please subscribe and like. And if you want to support me financially, you can join my channel membership or Patreon only for $1. Patreon and Discord links are in the description if you want to support me. And a special thanks to all my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks for watching.